Welcome, wrestling fans. You got the show Bill Schuyler here at One Wrestling WWE NXT Review. We are coming at you from Full Sail University down in Florida on October 9th, 2014. We're going to open up the show, but first I want to give a shout out to my One Wrestling family members, Big Ray at Big Ray's Show, Andre at Andre_Corbeil, Billy Ray Valentine at Billy Ray Hustle, and of course the Godfather himself, the one, the only, the legend, the icon, Bill Apter at Apter One Wrestling. Follow him at Apter's Alley, and all going ons at onewrestling.com and video on YouTube. Again, then we're going to start out tonight with the Prince of Pretty, the Duke of Delish. Did I just say that? Yeah, I did. The Duke of Delish, Tyler Breeze, going over top of Mojo Rawley. Tyler Breeze is in full heel mode in this match. Despite his character, which I'm not a huge fan of, I cannot deny that he is over as a heel. He is probably close to, if not the number one heel in the promotion right now, and is probably very close to going up to that main roster. He put Mojo in an armbar and he had that end cinched so tight that Rawley had nowhere to go, and the ref stopped the match. That's right, the referee stopped the match on his own. Rawley did not submit. I give this match 2 out of 5. Hopefully, Rawley's going to be written off of TV and repackaged, and it's got a 2 out of 5 because it was a quick match. And like I said, I feel this was a means to an end of being able to remove Mojo, rework him a bit, and get him ready to come back to the NXT roster and find the proper character for him to get over with the fans and the boys in the locker room. We then go to one of my favorite events every week lately, and that's another backstage vignette. That's right, it's time for Enzo and Big Cass. Scorsese returns, filming Enzo approaching GM Regal to check out Carmella in the ring. Regal did not seem the least bit interested in wanting to do this favor for Enzo, but Enzo is insistent that the GM will not be sorry to feast his eyes upon what he has waiting for him in the ring. As Regal gets out to the ring, Carmella has her opponent in a submission hold, and he seems enamored with her wrestling ability, among other things. And he tells him, I want her here next Thursday night. And with that, another end to the vignettes with Big Cass, Enzo, and Carmella for this week. Carmella was ecstatic, jumping up, hugging Big Cass. Enzo went for his hug and she pushed him away, wanted nothing to do with him. And just funny stuff. These guys are pure gold on the mic. They doing these vignettes, these backstage camera filmings are just fantastic. They're just so damn green in the ring. They got to get some more solid work in before they could take that next step up the ladder. But I digress. We then have a great video promo vignette portraying the backstory between Hideo Itami and the Ascension since his arrival and changeover from Kenta to his new Hideo Itami name, showing the entire violence that had gone, the attacks, him getting his bit over top of the Ascension getting theirs over with him. But basically we had a one-man kick style party, taking it to the once longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions of the world every time they met. And then this would lead up to the match. Finally, after the false start of last week, we have Hideo Itami going up against Victor from the Ascension. Itami defeating and going over top of Victor. And I'm still waiting for NXT to take the leash off of Itami and let his kick style go full throttle. But alas, tonight, not yet. The match opened up fast and furious with both superstars exchanging strikes. The crowd, unfortunately, was dead. I mean, nothing coming from this crowd. It was silent as a grave. These both, again, superstars were going at it tooth and nail. Victor taking the early lead, using his size and power to wear down Itami, but Itami would not give up that easily. And the former man known as Kenta mounted a comeback. Connor appeared at the top of the ramp just as he was getting the upper hand, tossing out Funaki and throwing him around like a rag doll. This did not let Itami lose track of where he was in the match. This man is not a rookie. He is a professional. He's been in this game for a long time. And with that, he hit a running drop kick, taking down his opponent for the 1, 2, and the 3 over Victor. Then finally, the brutality, the violent tag team warriors known as the Ascension came in and totally demolished Itami, tangled him up in the ropes, continued to put the boots to him. Funaki ran into the ring in an attempt to save Itami, but received the Ascension's fall of man instead. I'll give this match 3.5 out of 5, as the storyline and the in-ring work are getting along great. And the thing that killed the match is we just got stuck with this dead crowd, which just killed this match. If this had been a more on-fire crowd, they'd have been really behind Itami. The heels would have got a lot of heat. It just would have made this, literally could have turned this from a 3.5 to almost a 5-star match, and that's what crowds are all about. Hopefully they'll get out of this area that they have in filming right now. We'll have a new batch of people coming in with their tickets, and we'll have a crowd that's a little bit more on fire down here in Full Sail University. And then we had the Vaudevillians, the most bizarre in the NXT roster, as I like to say, and one of my favorites. They went in and over Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy. That's right, Aiden English and Simon Gotch are so much better in the ring. But you got to give the mic skills over to Big Cass and to Enzo. When they're on that mic, they rule the roost. Nobody at NXT is more entertaining. But you don't win matches on the microphone. And when it came down to wrestling in the ring, the Vaudevillians dominated in a quick win with English pinning Enzo 2 out of 5, simply because you did not give this match enough time. A tag team match needs time to get a little cooking in to make that rise up to the top. And you just can't do that in a couple minutes. You got to give a tag match 7 to 10 minutes to at least get a little steam going. And NXT, I hope that you would concentrate on that, because you got a team there in the Vaudevillians that could definitely go for the gold against the Lucha Dragons. Enzo and Big Cass, again, are not ready, but they're not going to get ready doing short bit matches like this, and you're not going to get these guys over simply by using them on the microphone, unless you're only going to have Enzo Amore be a manager. And I don't see you doing that. You seem to have plans for both of these guys. Get them in the ring and get them wrestling. Now, we move on to one of the best matches of the night, as it always is, because the women's division in NXT is the best women's division that the WWE offers. Their divas had better watch out, is all I have to say. I compare these girls here to the Knockouts at Impact Wrestling as far as pure skill. Not a lot of baloney going on with it, with bad acting and storylines. It's more or less fighting and taking it out in the ring with a little bit of dressing and a little bit of seasoning. Now here again we have Sasha Banks, the bad girl at NXT, going up Becky Lynch. and Lynch took control early, but the fiery redhead made a rookie mistake which Sasha took advantage of, focusing on her and laying into her back somewhat brutally, hurting Lynch, moving upon her, but then Lynch made a comeback with some hard rights and a nice drop kick. But Bank ended her night with a stiff clothesline and delivered her Bank statement. And if you have not seen this move, this finisher is beautiful. It is a backstabber cross-face combo that appears up until this point to be unbeatable. Banks wins via tap out, 4 out of 5 stars. And again, Divas, you better watch your back. If you're going to be wrestling in the WWE main roster and not just doing Divas reality show, these girls here are going to take you out one at a time. And then we're here for our main event. Sami Zayn going up against Titus O'Neil from the main roster. Titus struck hard and fast, using his size and power to take the early lead. Sami Zayn fired back, delivered a Yakuza kick, but Titus struck back with a hellacious clothesline. O'Neil then crotched Sami Zayn up on that top rope and delivered D'Lo Brown's old Sky High for the pinfall. And the 1, 2, 3, and your winner was Titus O'Neil. O'Neil drags Sami out, hanging him over the edge of the mat, climbs to the top rope, ready to drop a leg guillotine down upon him, telling the crowd that they asked for it. And at that point, the NXT champion, Adrian Neville, ran out, pulling Sami Zayn out of the line of fire, and the show faded to black. Sami Zayn, again, as I've discussed on other shows, he needs some kind of fire, an edge to take him to that next level. He seems to always not be able to deliver that killer strike. And I think I know the secret to that. And that secret has not yet made his debut on NXT as of yet. That one being one Kevin Steen. No secret that I'm putting out here that Kevin Steen is already signed. What news I do have for NXT is it appears that Michael Elgin, former Ring of Honor World Champion, has left Ring of Honor. And according to all the sheets and the people in the industry, it does not look like Elgin is going to Japan nor to Impact Wrestling, which leaves one place only, and that's NXT. Michael Elgin, another former Ring of Honor World Champion, possibly coming to NXT. Now, I wanted to, as these shows here are only an hour long, there's not a lot to take it in depth as I have in the pre-coming weeks we've had with double shows as I was catching up to the season where we are now currently up to date. I was going to take us each and every week and pick a star from the NXT roster and tell you a little bit about who they were before they made it to NXT and the WWE. And tonight I'm going to talk to you about the NXT champion himself, Adrian Neville. The man, if you do not know, and this is who this is for. This is for those WWE fans that are not familiar with the independent circuit, Ring of Honor, or anywhere else in the world that's not WWE. He was previously known outside of the NXT universe. Originally debuting in 2004, he was Jungle Pack, and then most famously cut that down and just became Pac. His high-flying aerial feats quickly earned him the moniker that he still goes by today as the man that gravity forgot. His career began among small indie promotions in the UK and Italy, and upon arriving in the United States, he became an indie sensation, excelling in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Ring of Honor, Chikara, Dragon Gate, and Dragon Gate USA. Pac was involved in numerous matches with NXT colleague Sami Zayn, who at that time went by the name of El Generico. That's right, Sami Zayn used to wrestle under a mask as El Generico, and we'll discuss his past on another night. He also had feuds going back and forth, not only with Sami Zayn, but with the soon-to-be debuting Kevin Steen, Antonio Cesaro when he was Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Bryan, formerly known as Bryan Danielson. That's correct. Pac has been in the ring with just about anybody who's anybody in the business. His debut in New Japan in 2012 Best of the Super Juniors tournament caught the eye of one Triple H, as he had been scouting for the best indie talent throughout the industry and found his man. And obviously he was correct in picking Pac as his guy, as he has been the reigning NXT champion and the greatest high flyer currently in the WWE, if not almost in the entire business itself. He's held numerous titles throughout his career. He's had the Dragon Gate open, the Brave Gate one time, open the Triangle Gate 3 times, open the Twin Gates one time, Dragon Gate USA open the United Gate one time, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, he was a tag team champion one time, and the Dynamite Doomvirat tag title tourney winner. In 2014, Pro Wrestling Illustrated ranked him number 39 out of 500. SoCal Uncensored, that's Southern California for those of you who do not know, gave him the match of the year in 2006, going up in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla on November 18th against one, you guessed it, Sami Zayn, formerly known as El Generico. And as he's been in NXT, he has been a 2-time NXT Tag Team Champion, once with Oliver Gray, no longer with the company, and also with Corey Graves, who due to injury is also no longer a wrestler for NXT. And of course, he is currently your NXT World Champion. I'm talking about Adrian Neville, formerly known as Pac. Get out there on the internet, people. Look him up. Look up Pac. Check out the magic of the matches, the unbelievable aerial maneuvers. See exactly what he's capable of and what you can expect to see down the road as he engages the main roster, when he gets into deeper and more feuds. Let me spit that out. Gets engaged in more fuel-induced feuds with Sami Zayn. These are matches that are going to blow you out of your socks. And it don't take much. Jump on YouTube, check it out while you're checking out One Wrestling and all that we have to offer. Take a look at these independents, Ring of Honor, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. Take a chance on some of their DVDs. You will not be disappointed. This, the show guarantees. Again, I am the show, Bill Schuyler. This is WWE NXT Review at OneWrestling.com. Another shout out one last time to all my One Wrestling family, Andre Corbeil, Big Ray, Billy Ray Valentine, and the wrestling guru, the Godfather himself, Bill Apter at Apter One Wrestling, Apter's Alley on YouTube, and all over the place at One Wrestling, and appearing soon on the SmackDown out of Philadelphia Best of on the WWE Network. Look for Mr. Apter there on the network. You're going to see him quite often if you already haven't seen him in various things, especially the Paul Heyman DVD that just come out. Bill Apter, a true legend in the sport of professional wrestling. And with that, I will see you down the road. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight in the NXT Review Peace, and I'll see you down the road.